So I'm going to give you guys some tips on matchmaking and to help people transition from the pub mentality to something a little bit more competitive. In sixes, each team is made up of 2 scouts, 2 soldiers, a demo, and a medic, with all the other classes being used only in certain situations. Just because that's the norm thing to do though, doesn't mean you have to follow it exactly. If you're a really good pyro, spy, sniper, whatever it may be, and you want to play it, then go ahead. Just remember to keep your overall team composition in mind. For example, if you already have a sniper on your team, then don't go spy too. Having 2 pick classes is a bit unnecessary and could throw off the entire balance of your team. Now I'm going to quickly go over some basic concepts that you need to keep in mind when you're playing matchmaking. With only 6 people on your team, you being alive becomes a lot more important. You want to avoid making reckless and stupid decisions. For example, in this clip the entire other team is alive and recapping their second point while only my medic and I are alive from my team, yet I still try to stop the cap by myself and end up getting wrecked by the other team. Now this was a bad decision on my part for a few reasons. First, I was completely outnumbered and realistically had no chance of stopping this cap. Second, my team was just respawning, so even if I did somehow manage to delay this cap, there was no way for me to hold it by myself until my team could get there. And third, now my team is down 5v6 with the enemy pushing, which can be a significant disadvantage and possibly cost my team the midpoint if I couldn't respond in time to get there. What I should have done here though was group up with my med at the midpoint, start to build Uber, and wait for my team to respawn. Next thing seems pretty obvious, but it's something a lot of people don't do, which is to group with your team. Pushing or defending a point as a team makes it a lot easier to do. If you realize that you're going to lose a fight for one of the points, it's completely fine for you and any surviving teammates to back off, wait for your teammates to respawn, and get ready to defend the next one. There's no point in you guys just diving in there to die. Also, this guy is the most important player for both of the teams. Protect your medic and try to take out the other whenever you can. Having uber advantage over the other team is a huge factor that can decide games. For these things to happen though, you actually need to communicate with your team. Yeah, it's that big of a deal. Honestly, it's just the easiest way to improve your chances of winning. Coordinating when to push or defend, calling out positions of the other team if you're changing classes, anything like that, all done through communication, and plus it makes the game more enjoyable than just sitting there in silence and not saying a word. I also recommend trying to play with a party instead of by yourself. Playing with a party is usually more fun and they're easier to work with than a bunch of random people who might be difficult. If you don't have anyone to party up with though, try looking at a place like the TF2 subreddit where people are always looking for people to play with. Lastly, I'm going to give you guys a few warnings about matchmaking. First, you're definitely going to run into some toxic people since it's something a little more competitive. If someone is typing like this or being a jerk over the voice comms, then just mute them. There's no point in arguing with people like this. Also, get ready to see this notification a lot because people leaving games right now is absolutely ridiculous and it happens all the time, so just a fair warning. Finally, just remember that matchmaking is going to have some problems because it's still in beta, so right now we just kind of have to deal with it.